This week, Chloe shits herself in the shower. David tells us his intrusive thoughts, and I talk literal bollocks. So, let's strap down, let's strap in, and let's do this.
This is just another trucking podcast.
Yes, I've signed up some more CPC courses. I've only got like 2 more years to do them. So, David, these fucking courses that we have to do, you have to do 1 a year, and I'm on like year 4.
And you've not started.
And at the beginning of year 4, I had none at all. So I was like, "Fucking this year, I'm just going for it."
Tomo.
Well, so our transport manager, he's to be honest with you, he's a bit of a, like, I quite like him. He's an ex-copper, and he's not everyone's cup of tea, but I quite like him. He's all right, and so I said to him, I need to just go on every course that you've got. But I don't really mind, because I found out, because the way it works for us is we get paid to do our courses.
Do you?
And as long as the way our pay works is, as long as you've done your 39 hours, you're on time and a half, which apparently includes your CPC courses. So fuck yeah, I'll do a
So are you going to be that
course
guy now who basically said every time you put up your hand, if anybody's got any question or a story, you're like, hey, this is time and a half. Yeah, so there was this time that I did this and I did that. You know that one guy?
Just string that shit out.
Oh, no, it was like Chloe had a guy who wouldn't stop talking. Wasn't that one? Isn't that right?
That was Chloe. On mine, I sat there and I watched Stargate.
You can't do that like all 5.
I can. What? I mean, don't wrong. So
right, whoa. So you're telling me you're getting double pay to sit on your ass and watch Stargate?
Time and a half.
Time and a half. Sorry.
Yeah, come on, Chloe. Don't be ridiculous here. Time and a half. I mean, yeah, basically. I mean, don't wrong. So there are some courses which I would like to go on, and I will fucking pay attention to that shit. So I want to do a first aid refresher. I think that'd be a really good one. We talked about this before. I think everyone should have a first aid course under the belt. Go on.
When did you do your last do your crane testing?
I don't have my thing in front of me. I've got like another 2.5 years left on it.
Did you not look into that? Because in theory, when you do crane things and that you get CPC.
I asked this, and
you get like 3 days or something. But then it just depends if your trainer.
No. It doesn't, because the same thing as your ADR. Even if you do your full ADR course, I'm pretty sure it's only the first section of it that counts. It's only first 8 hours.
If you do ADR, it counts for I did half ADR, so I only did certain segments, and that counts for 2 days of CPC.
God damn!
If I did a full ADR course, I think it counts for 3 days. So, and I'm also pretty sure if you go and do telehandling or your crane, HIAB, that counts towards CPC as well.
Yeah, so I think what he said was, because he's not JOUT compliant, the guy, and because he's not JOUT compliant, it didn't count.
Oh, was it in-house kind of training?
Yeah, it was, yeah. So what you're saying is, if it was
when
done...
you go to an official, yeah.
Yeah.
These ADHD pills are not working right now.
What, says the pug behind you? Or?
Are you struggling there, David?
Oh boy, am I struggling.
How have they been?
I don't know. I'm still. It's not immediate, and it's not the hardcore ones. It's not the stimulant drugs. But by the way, I have just for people who don't know, I can't remember who I told. When was the last time I was on a podcast? Anyway.
Oh, a while ago.
I know that you've said it, but I don't know if you've said it in the context of on a podcast or if you've just told us.
I'm on ADHD pills, and most of the time you're prescribed Adderall or Ritalin, but I'm on and those are stimulant ones. So basically, controlled substances. But the ones I'm on right now are not controlled substances, but you still need to be prescribed them. And they start you off with a small dose, and then the medium dose, and then full dose. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell if it's working or not. Sometimes I don't know. It's just hard to tell. But I'll be talking to my doctor again at the end of the week and see how it is. And I want to go jump straight to the hardcore stuff, to be honest with you. I just want to go on Adderall and just at least I know
just
that's
feel
the
effects.
At least I know that's the hardest one that they can give you, and like that's probably what I need.
So one thing I will say about this. So I've got. By the way, I am going to come round to what you've just said there. So I take a couple of things for my back, and I also have like one for that. So I take cocodamol for my back. I just take it in the evening, just because it just helps me, just my back help. But obviously, cocodamol is codeine, so that's a controlled substance.
Mm-hmm.
And I also had like a very sparing supply of diazepam for just like occasional use. I used to take it, so if I was going to like a family event or something like that where there's people, funerals were always one of them ones where I was just like fucking, just throw some diazepam out that shit and it'd be fine, because I struggle in them sort of situations. And they've been really just a pain in the ass about giving me the diazepam, but then they stopped my cocodamol as well, so I've had to have a phone conversation with them. And they were going through all these bloody questions about have you thought about killing yourself recently?
Yeah, I've had
Have you thought about this? I was
Wow.
like, fuck. I mean, like, I genuinely, I once got asked that question, and I was like, I haven't until you just asked me that question. And now I'm thinking about killing myself. Does that count? I mean, fucking hell.
Well, there's thinking about. Okay, have I thought about killing myself? I haven't, and I haven't. You know what I mean? I was like, you're on top of a roof. I could totally jump off here. I'm not going to. You know what I mean?
I've
it's
had
just
those,
like,
yeah.
You're just kind of joking with yourself, as in like,
Yeah.
if I was on the top of the Empire State Building, like, how long would it take for me to land? And could I control the landing? I don't know. You just
I wonder how big the
control
splat
the
would
landing.
be.
You think about it. You be like, I don't know, like. But you don't want to do it. You have no intention of doing it. You know what I mean? It's just, but you can't say that to the guy. I'm like, because now, he actually thought about it. Yeah, come on, we all have, but not suicidal thoughts in that particular scenario. I don't know. It's just, but of course, I said no. I just knew what answers to say. No, I did not. I've never thought about killing myself. Other people,
There's a couple on my list anyways. I'm not a violent man, but I've definitely got a couple on my list. Well, one particular, but anyways, we will talk about that one. And
who's that one?
No, we'll talk about it. I just said that. Fucking hell, dickhead.
Yeah.
That makes me want to question it.
Yeah, I know. It's like tantalizing, isn't it?
Yeah, bastard.
But like, so with these pills, they ask me all these questions, and eventually they said.
So they know this is for back pain, right?
So the diazepam can be used for that back pain because it helps you relax, stuff like that. But so I sometimes have used it for back pain, but I've also used it for anxiety. So it's an anti-anxiety
So it is like a antidepressant anxiety sort of thing.
It's an anti-anxiety, but it's an immediate anti-anxiety,
right?
And it's obviously it's a barbiturate. I don't really know what that is, but I always hear them say it's a barbiturate. I don't know what that means, but it's something. Anyways, so they've told me that they don't give out diazepam for anxiety anymore or for back pain. I was like, so what's the anti-anxiety medicines actually used for now? And she goes, oh, well, we can't discuss that right now. Right. Okay, so I can't have that one there. Doesn't really matter.
So next time you go in and she asks you all these questions, you should just go, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
All,
see what you get given.
All of the above.
All the yes.
But, so they're so fucking keen on these two particular ones. But I got diagnosed with ADHD. Years ago. Now, what I've since found out, I am ADHD, but I'm more autistic. And the autistic and those two things don't react well with each other. So I took a Concerta XL, which is Ritalin, and those fuckers were just throwing them fucking pills at me. Like, they were like, yeah, you want more? I got to a point where I had fucking. But I didn't think about this until afterwards, until they were all gone, and I didn't, because I was like, people were like, oh yeah, you can sell them to people. I'm like, people buy that shit. I had fucking bottles upon bottles upon bottles. I was like, there was some weeks I just chucked a bottle out because I had so fucking many of them, and they were just throwing me at them like. But I don't understand. Like, they were worse fuck me. Like, that was like, they made me feel really like on edge, like fucking on edge sometimes. I mean, don't know, sometimes they really helped me, but there was days where like my anxiety was so fucking high. I realized that they were giving me panic attacks on a daily basis.
What, the tablets to stop this?
No, well, no. So this is like an ADHD thing. That
Right,
these aren't
okay, sorry, I'm with you.
anti-anxiety, but like basically because it's amphetamines and that can cause anxiety. Something which they did not fucking tell me. Whereas with these other ones, fucking, are you gonna kill yourself? Need to make sure you're not gonna kill yourself. The fucking other ones, they're just chucking them at you, the bastards. They fucking more shove them in your gob. I'll chew them up for you. Don't know.
Right,
All
okay.
right. Fair enough.
Fair enough. So what are you on at the
I
moment?
think that was a rant, possibly.
That was.
No, I don't take them anymore.
Right. So all that, and you actually don't take any of it now. Okay.
Oh,
right.
no, I don't know. It's just an interesting thing about Ritalin. I was just.
I like
weird diversion.
just going back to the comments. I'm having an orgasm in the comments. Like driving down the road when you drive down the motorway and wonder what would happen if you hit the side of the bridge.
Yeah, it's just a wonder.
Yeah, I've had
You know,
that.
I heard this.
Or if
Not
you
a
fall
lot,
off the
I can tell you.
fall off the bridge.
Keanu Reeves was on a, I don't know, talk show or whatever, right? And one of the guys asked him, as like, so what do you think happens when you die? And he was like, well, you'll be, one thing for sure is that you'll be missed. You know, you'll have family members that will, who loved you, that will miss you. And, you know, and it was like, it was a very great answer. Obviously, he doesn't know what happens to him, you know.
Yeah,
is there an
yeah.
afterlife
He's
and all
planned
that.
for
But the
this,
fact that
yeah.
he said, as in like, one thing for sure is that people will miss me, or people will miss you.
I can actually
You know,
hear him say that.
You know,
Genuinely,
Yeah.
he is like, I fucking love Keanu Reeves. I love that man. Like, he's just fucking. Oh, I don't know. I just want to, like it. I just want to give him a big hug. Like, that's all.
And
I
he would
do
love
with
to
him.
hug you back.
And he would. He genuinely would. He's so fucking nice. You know, after the ending of, because there was something, I don't know what. There was something at the end of the Matrix. I think it was. He bought everyone Harley Davidsons.
Yeah.
What if he didn't? What if they didn't want a Harley Davidson? What if a family member crashed on a motorcycle accident?
There was a reason he gave Harley Davidsons, and it was something to do with tax. And it was something to do with that. Because if you think about it, if everyone in a crew at the end of a massive film like The Matrix gets given a motorbike by the main star, think about the value of that motorbike immediately. That then increases exponentially in value. It's like a Banksy painting. Yes.
I tell you.
Go on.
I was going to say that I'll tell you the other one that does that sort of thing. Just to butt in there. Viggo Morris, what's his name? Viggo Mortensen, whatever his name is. The guy that plays Hidalgo, the film in Hidalgo. And he also plays in Lord of the Rings, Aragorn. He bought all the horses, didn't he?
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, so when he played Aragorn, there's the Dark Bay horse. He bought that personally at the end of it.
Really?
Yeah, and then he there was a couple others that he bought for friends that loved their horses and they couldn't afford to buy ones and things like that. And then he also did the film Hidalgo. If you've never seen Hidalgo, it's a fucking awesome film. You have to watch it.
He also did G.I. Jane.
Did he? Was he in G.I. Jane?
But he's got a mustache and he doesn't look like him. I was like,
I didn't know
that's
that.
the same person? No.
He plays so many different characters and you don't realise. But in Hidalgo, obviously they had a painter horse and they had about 3 stunt horses that they had for this film. And the lady trainer, she could not afford to buy this horse because he was like thousands and thousands. And she really wanted him, and she bought him for her, just like so she could have the horse, so she could actually have him. And there was about 3 stunt horses. The other one of them as well, he bought for himself, and then one of the others he bought for like one of the crewmates or something.
So he's really into horses. Like
really into
he
horses.
is.
It's slightly different to Harley
really
Davidson's.
Into
but
horses.
Yeah, that's why I like
it was
that
a
one,
Mustang that he rode in that movie.
What horse? Oh, what Hidalgo?
Hidalgo, yeah. It was.
Have you seen it? It's
yeah, I've seen it.
Great
I
film.
just remember I was like, oh, a Mustang is a horse. Of course it is because it's a bloody the logo on the Ford Mustang is a horse.
Yeah.
You know, just I was like, so I thought that was fascinating.
Have you watched it, Tom?
I haven't. No.
Oh,
but
you do need to watch it. I think you'll love it.
Don't ever tell Tom to watch anything You know, the best.
Oh
thing
yeah,
to do
Tom.
was-
Yeah, you hate it.
There was this,
You're gonna
yeah,
hate it.
yeah. Best thing to do was just go the other way around. Like,
Bullshit.
yeah, it's not for you, Tom. It really
Yeah,
isn't.
no, you-
know,
Okay, good stuff.
It's got
good to
horses
know.
in it.
Thank
You're
you.
gonna hate it.
So if you ever come across it,
Fucking watch it.
just skip on past it. Yeah,
I'll
Have
try
you
and
watched
remember
What
that.
If yet?
yeah. Have you?
No, I haven't.
Of course he hasn't. What a stupid question.
I was going to.
So good.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was going to talk Marvel just for a minute, but like, so I was going to talk about the new Captain America.
Yes.
Have you, by the way, have you seen the Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
No.
The series, yeah.
Oh wait, the series, yeah.
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 You need
By
to
the way,
watch that.
to anybody
really.
who's right now is reaching for their phone to pause,
There's
whatever
no
Tom's gonna
spoilers.
talk
No,
about, there's
no
gonna be
spoilers on this. No,
All right.
no spoilers at all. In fact, to be honest with you, it's. So I want to talk about reviews of films.
It's not done well. From what
It's
I hear.
not. It's
Mhm.
not done well at all. And I to be honest with you, I looked at the reviews after I went, and I honestly, I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking great. Like, I don't know if it's just like it just ticked all my boxes. Like, there's some. They showed love to a couple of films in their repository that hasn't previously got a lot of love, and it desperately needed some love.
Like, what,
And
the Winter Soldier and the Falcon, that one.
no,
I
not
like
that
that
one.
one. That was good.
I think I watched
Yeah.
it once.
I don't know. You'll see when you go see it, but
Okay.
it's I don't know. It's a really good film, and like there's some like
Okay.
really nice bits in it, but I feel like it's kind of cool to shit on Marvel at the moment, and I kind of feel like almost they haven't. I don't know.
They're probably all
like,
comparing it to Endgame. You know what I mean? You can't.
Well, is that what the issue is? Like,
Maybe.
is that what?
Is it because he's not Captain America now, though? Is that what?
I think so. Like, I think it
Because
might be.
he is in the Marvel comics. That is a character as well. Him being Captain America, isn't it?
Well, that and because I think there's been a lot of flack about I don't think what his name is. Do you know the first Captain America who's black in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
I know who he is, but I have no idea who. I know who you're talking about.
I can't remember what his name is now.
What, the
but,
series?
in the series, I don't think it's a spoiler
It's
to
just
say that
another
he's
guy.
There was another.
the
Super Soldier.
original Captain America, and he was like imprisoned, and they did tests and all sorts of things on him. So it's not
Oh, I'll
a spoiler
have
to
to
say
watch
he's
it again.
in it, because like he's obviously a very important part of Sam's life.
Was that a spoiler then? Was that a spoiler?
No,
That was a-
not
that
at
was a
all.
little
It's
bit of
not,
a
no.
spoiler.
No, it's not.
That was like a 1 out of 10 spoiler.
It's not. It's like a 0.5.
It wasn't really relevant because I can't
You know, it would
remember
have been nice if the trailers didn't have the Red Hulk in it.
We
That
said
would have been
this.
nice.
We said the same thing.
What, like a
as well.
surprise?
It would have
Or
been
like
nice
when
as a
Spider-Man
surprise.
came out in Civil War. I was like, seriously? You didn't think people weren't going to see that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, seriously, can you imagine the crowd going? They would go ape shit if
Have
all of
you
a sudden
seen-
they saw Spider-Man
Yeah.
show up. You know what I
That
mean?
would be
Can you imagine
amazing.
the goosebumps? So you'd be like, and all of it, but no, you just happen to see it in a trailer. It's just like, come on.
Yeah, yeah.
Have
It-
you
it-
watched
it's-
the when they're in the theater watching films like the Endgame and that, and then you've seen
Yeah.
them where people record the audience.
Yeah,
And they're all
the
just like,
audio instructions.
It's so good. I love watching those.
It's
Yeah.
yes, you know what? So do I as well. Actually, I
I feel good about my
wish-
reactions.
Yeah. Part of me wishes that we could that Disney would actually record the reactions as something that you could like when you're watching stuff on Disney Plus,
Yeah.
and like you could actually have like bring up audience reactions, so you could watch the film with the reactions like in there.
Oh, what, like
Maybe
Gogglebox style or something?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I mean that would be cool as fuck. I'd watch it with that on.
You know,
Just
if they in movie theaters, you know, if you ever gone down a roller coaster, they take a picture at a perfect time of when you're
Yeah.
going down to really, and then all of a sudden you're like either scared or whatever. They take that image and then you can go buy it. Maybe if the movie theaters did that too, to where they're actually videotaping you and they'll take a picture at a certain time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Especially some like
reaction.
the horror things. I think did they not do that for a horror film?
They did. I think it was Paranormal Activity, maybe, because I remember watching Paranormal Activity, and I was definitely watching it through fingers. You know what I mean? I was running out of the room. I was like, nope, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Get back here. No, okay, fine. La 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 la. You know, just
I'm
covering
gonna
my
be honest
ears.
with you. I've never like these films that come up and it's like the scariest film ever made. This film is called Disturbing. And then you're like, I watched that, I'm like, but why would I pay money for that? Like,
why would you pay money? Or
why? I don't know.
People want that. People love that
What,
stuff.
to watch a scary thing? I can't stand it.
It's like
some
some
people
No.
like that.
Some people don't like superhero movies. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
Yeah, they're
fine.
just stupid.
That's fine. I mean, you don't.
But you're asking a question,
shut your
why is there a
mouth.
certain genre?
Oh, you're talking about them or the superheroes? No, but like, I don't know. I've talked about this before. My ex once made me watch Hostel, and
Oh, no.
it was.
Did you ever see The Human Centipede?
No,
I've
no.
seen clips.
I've
No.
actually seen
Yeah,
it.
the trailer made me feel weird.
Isn't there like two
and there's the
as well?
walrus as well is the other one.
Oh, I've seen a clip of that, and I was like, "What the
No.
fuck is that?" I'm not into that.
No,
It definitely makes you never
I'm
want to
not
go
into
to Europe.
horrors.
There's
Or piss
so
people off.
The thing I still get, and this bearing in mind, this is like 15, 20 years ago. In fact, it'll be coming on 20 years ago now that I watched Hostel with her. And I still think about that poor Japanese girl with her eye hanging out. And I still think about like I don't know. I just
I don't
feel so
remember
bad
that
for
part.
her. I
I
remember that
accidentally
part.
watched The
I will
Hills
always remember that
Have
part.
Eyes. That was
No.
not my film. No.
Yeah,
know if I
the
remember-
Texas
yeah.
Chainsaw Massacre she made me
Oh,
watch.
no,
and it was
that's not in
fucking-
my-
I
No.
couldn't watch
Craftsman,
that.
by the way, in the comments is like,
Saw.
yeah, fucking
Was
love
it
this
Saw
shit.
the one who started all that off?
It was, yeah.
Oh,
Saw. I have
I can't
watched
watch
Saw.
Saw.
I
No.
haven't because I can't. I hear that you literally watch somebody cut their own leg off.
Yeah,
And I
that does
can't-
not appeal to me.
No, that doesn't me either. You know, but I understand the genre. I can understand people wanting to watch that. Those sick bastards. But you know,
I can't. It's not my sort of film. Horrors aren't my sort of film anyway. I get scared watching the simplest of films anyway. Fuck that.
I got scared watching Signs, and I couldn't watch
Yeah,
the
that's
scene
I watched-
Signs.
that was
I
awesome.
it took me years to watch the scene with the where he puts the knife underneath. I don't like there's one scene in particular, and it's like it is the epitome of like what I find like. So I can go swimming. I can go. I'm a qualified scuba diver.
Yeah.
I don't mind swimming. Don't mind if you put me down under the water and you're like, hey, by the way, there's sharks in this area. I'll be like, that's fine, that's cool. I can deal with that. You know, if there's a shark in the water, you know, you do your signal and you show like, you know, the shark in the water, you will get out. That's fine. Chances are it's not going to come and bother you. If it does, it's not going to come and bite you because sharks really aren't like what they're made. So that's fine. I'm not. But you tell me, you put me over some calm water and you tell me there is no sharks, there are no anything in this water at all, but it's just black and you cannot see the bottom. I
No.
will not get in that water.
No.
I will never get in that
That's
water
like-
because
have you-
no, fuck you, no. And then the other one from Signs, which is where he looks out the window and it's looking through the window at
Oh,
him.
yeah. No,
Nope.
don't like that. No,
Fuck
not
that
into
shit.
that. Or even when
Fuck
he's in the crop
that.
field. I don't like the crop field bit because you don't know
I
what's there.
don't.
But when you go back to water, have you ever been in one of those lakes where they've suddenly got a pit of death?
Yes.
And you just
yeah.
like just swim in and you drift over it and then you go, oh, and then you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
get
no.
away from it
No.
quick enough.
No.
No, I'm
No,
not
no,
into that.
fuck that shit. If I
That
can't
does
see the
not appeal to me.
bottom, I'm not swimming in that shit. I need
No.
to see the bottom of it.
But chances
Again,
are you're
There's
never
probably
going
a
to see the bottom
fucking
of any
megalodon
lake.
down there.
Any ocean, you're never going to see the bottom. You can see bloody 10 feet.
But
Maybe
it's
at the
weird
most.
because I've gone diving in cloudy water where you can't see the bottom, but for whatever reason, when I'm going into the water and it's just cloudy all around you, I'm okay with that. It's
Oh, no, I
specifically
couldn't do that.
down.
I couldn't
it's
do that.
specifically down. I can't
No.
do that. I mean, don't get me wrong. You still got like 10 meters of vision and stuff like that. You can still see around.
Man, you're
you.
in
Just a bit
really clear
foggy.
water.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
most
I
of
mean,
the waters that I've ever been in, you can't see 5 feet.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
if you're in
It's
there.
10 meters is like crazy good, like crazy good.
Yeah.
But like the idea of someone watching through the window. There was one night I was sat here with Kale sat on the sofa behind me, and I just kind of got it in my head that I had to just check the window and just make sure there's not, because someone might be watching me, despite the fact that
I
there is
do
a
that all the
10-foot drop to the ground below.
Yeah, but
There is
something still could be
no
there.
possible way. I know there could be. There's a shed behind that door. There's no way someone could be standing looking through the window at me. But the idea of someone looking through the window at me, I have had it where a cat did that once to me, and it shit me the
Oh
fuck
my
up.
God. See, I scare the shit out of myself. I start thinking I am the biggest pussy in the world. Honestly, I don't give a shit. I'm terrified of everything, like anything. And I was in the shower, and the light stopped working because it's I need to change the light bulb. So I just had my torchlight on for a minute because I couldn't be bothered. I just wanted to have a shower. And then we've got a window right by the shower that's our courtyard.
No.
Right? It was dark out there. Obviously, there is a light that goes on with sensor. So the light came on, and the window is like
Is
blurred,
this going to be a story
right?
about your landlord again?
No, this is just me shitting myself
Okay.
over nothing. Basically, the light comes on outside because obviously the steam, and then I was looking out and I could see, you can see like a silhouette of something, and I'm like, what's that? Like, it's probably like a bit of cardboard or something over by the bins, and then the light goes out, and then you go, oh, and then the thing is, to get out of the bath, I've got to go past the window, but I can't go past the window at this point. So I'm now stuck in the corner of the shower and I can't get out because the window's there and I can't get out. So then
Chloe.
what do? I have to start screaming for Daryl. And I'm like, no! And he's like, what? You want a towel? And he like finally after 10 minutes comes in with a towel. I'm like, no! In the corner, like, help me. Yeah, that's how much of a wimp I am.
Have you ever done this thing where, like, when you're outside and
Right.
you hear a car coming and you have that urge, you have to get inside before they see you for no reason. There's no reason to do that at all.
Just impulse.
You're like, oh my God, quickly get in the house, hide. And for some reason, you have to do it. It's like a thing. And you go in the house, you're like, oh, why the fuck did I do that? What was the point in doing that?
I'm glad I'm not the weird one. I do that too. Honestly, my imagination just goes wild and I start freaking out and I'll start going, Shaun of the Dead, there's a zombie here or something, and I have to run.
Wow, you guys are fucking crazy.
I told you I'm a pussy. I'm on it.
There was this one time I was getting ready for work, and it's like whether 3 a.m. or whatever it is. I don't turn on the lights once I'm done with the once I'm done showering and over. I'm all dressed and I'm just going to go down the stairs and just leave. Now, so I get to the top of the stairs and I look down the stairs and I was like, but it's dark. But sometimes there's a little light coming from the street lights, but just a little bit. I'm like, oh fuck! I thought I saw something. Jesus, that'd be fucking freaky. And like that scared. I just said to myself, I'm like, fucking hell, that scared the fucking shit out of me. And like, because I thought I saw something down the stairs. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, and then I hear, sorry, man. Fuck!
You hear what?
Somebody said, sorry, man.
What?
Somebody was at the bottom of the stairs and apologized because he thought I actually could see him, but I couldn't. But he was at the bottom of the stairs, my roommate.
Oh right.
And all of a sudden I just fucking lost my shit because I had my guard up for a second and then I dropped it, and then all of a sudden, it was just wasn't expecting. He was like, "I'm sorry, I was trying to scare you." How? Because he realized that I was coming down to say, and but it was just a funny situation where where I woke up the entire house screaming and like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But
Yep, that's happened to that must have happened to everyone. It's just, I don't like it. I freak myself out.
I don't know. There's something about like the idea of being caught in a kind of like in a kind of more. In a more serious situation, that kind of just raises my anxiety through the roof. Like that kind of like if you see something outside, that's one thing. That person sees you looking. Oh no, that's fucking no. Fuck that shit. That's no fucking. So sometimes there are some games. I'm okay with Far Cry and stuff like that, but there are some games where I find it raised my anxiety a little bit too much. Hitman is one of them, where like the idea of getting caught, it just kind of it just tugs on them, like, anxiety things, and sometimes I find I just have to kill everyone because murdering everyone has less anxiety. You know, they're gonna die. It's okay if they see. It's fine. It's not an issue.
Return to Castle Wolfenstein was the first time I ever played a video game that actually scared me. I did because I didn't expect them to be any scary monsters in there.
That was a phenomenal game, wasn't it?
I don't know what that one is.
Return to
Castle
Castle Wolfenstein. That was like that one blew my mind. That did. There's also as well. Have you ever heard of a game called Painkiller?
No.
Oh,
I have heard of that. I think my brother played that.
Really good. By the way, if Phil's watching this, Phil, you would love Painkiller. The main weapon has got fires shurikens and lightning. To quote Zero Punctuation, it could only be better if it had tits and it was on fire. It's a phenomenal weapon. Just shurikens and lightning,
I'm having an orgasm, said in the chat.
Yeah,
it's when you're driving at night and your headlights catch something in the corner of your eye and you shit yourself.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I've had that.
Or you suddenly realise you're in the middle of nowhere with no one around in the dark and you're like,
I remember being freaked the fuck out one night when I was somewhere in like Yorkshire, I think it was. And I looked out the window and there were eyes looking back at me.
Was it your reflection?
No, multiple eyes looking back at me.
Animals shining back.
In the darkness. And I was just like, no, not tonight. So I went ahead and shut them curtains and I was like, that's me done for tonight. We're going to go to sleep. Lock that cab door. Fuck you guys. So it was sheep. It was a field full of sheep. That's what it was. It was sheep.
I was driving up to, so obviously Daryl's sister lives in up on Dartmoor, which is like in the middle of nowhere, isn't it? And it's basically very rural, David. If you're thinking about it, you look like you're thinking about it.
Oh, by the way, hello, this is Just Another Trucking Podcast. I'm Tom. This is Chloe. That's David. Carry on. Sorry.
Yeah.
Someone in the Patreon chat has just told us, by the way, I have not stayed introduced. What we in? We're 45 minutes in, David.
It's fine.
More like half an hour. We were waiting on you for 15 minutes. So
did we not reset? I don't know.
No, we don't do that. Just one clip. It's easier to edit.
One
quick download. Yeah, there you go.
So I was driving up dropping Logan off to go and stay with his aunt, and so it was really early in the morning because obviously I had work. And bearing in mind, Dartmoor has got things about ghosts and all sorts. It's one of those sort of places that there's so many rumors that go on.
Is it Dartmoor,
a hairy handsman and all sorts?
Is that not the Beast of Bodmin or something like that? Or
Bodmin's the next one down, but
Bodmin,
similar sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Beast of Bodmin, but no, there's all sorts meant. I think is Dartmoor the Hound of the Baskervilles, or is that Exmouth? I can't remember. I think it's Dartmoor is Hound of the Baskervilles.
I'm pretty sure it is. I think you're right.
Yeah. So it's that sort of thing. Anyway, it's big moorland, and she lives right in it. And big cats on Dartmoor as well. Well done. So I was driving along, and I was concentrating because I've tried not to scare myself at this point because I've got Logan in the back. So I'm trying to be the big brave person here. And I'm driving along. And obviously, you get to a point where you go over a cattle grid because there's animals everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's limited to 40. And those big ass signs in the road that say 40 and they're really long, elongated. For whatever reason, I was driving along really steadily and I could see some weird things in the road. And I don't know what it was, whether it was the lighting or something, but it honestly looked like people stood there. I don't know how. It was because it was on a curvature of the road.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was driving towards it thinking, oh my God, I'm going near it. What the fuck is... And I was proper freaking out. And I was like, what do I do? Locking my doors. Do I keep driving? Anyway, I got a little bit nearer. And I was shitting myself by this point. And then, when you just suddenly get to that realization of what it was. And then I'm just like, oh my fucking God. You absolute fucking tit.
What would you do? That kind of cliche thing of the woman who's been kidnapped running into the road, and it's always a truck that stops, and it's always a truck driver, and they're kind of waving their arms, stuff like that. What would you do in that situation if someone's running towards the truck, waving their arms? I don't know what I would do.
If I had Logan, absolutely not.
Yeah,
I'm not stopping. Yeah. I'm not letting anyone in. I'll keep my doors locked. I might stop and ring someone, but I'm not stopping to let anyone in.
Yeah.
If on my own, I think I would judge it.
Jump in the skip. You could just tell them to jump in the fucking skip. Get the back there. You're not fucking coming
I'll
back
take you
here.
back, mate, but you're getting in the fucking back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would do because you don't know who you can trust nowadays.
No.
And then you watch these films like Hostel and you're like, I'm not doing that, thank you. Because lots of shit goes down.
I feel like this should have been like a Halloween episode.
Yeah, it definitely should have been. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. What? How did we get here? Marvel, was it?
I
Getting
genuinely don't
scared?
remember.
Was it
There
not
was-
your
there was
film?
some-
Oh, I think
you
you were
watched?
talking about movies, just general movies, and how scared.
I think we
Yeah.
went down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of them with the kind of with the yeah. I don't know if I would stop. It depends. It really does depend. Like it's
I don't think I
there is a definite risk, isn't there? In fairness, they tell you as well. I'm pretty sure this is what they say on like the terrorism courses and shit like that. They do. I don't think you should be doing stuff like that.
What, stopping?
Well, yeah, but stopping for like. Because, like, again, like this, you get all sorts. Like, there's the fake cop cars that try and pull people over and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was thinking about this the
Is
other
that
day.
not more in America, or is that over here as well now?
It happens everywhere, doesn't it? It's
Is it
one of them
really?
things where it can happen anywhere.
It's a bit worrying, isn't it?
It's not something that happens here. Like, I don't think it's a very rare stuff like that happens. But yeah, fucking, you actually look at it. I mean, think about it. Look at how many times you see on these trucking groups we're searching for this trailer that's been stolen. And, like,
Yeah,
someone's
true.
driven into a yard,
And nicked
hooked
it. They
it
do it
up
with
and
skips
just
as well all
driven
the
off,
time.
yeah.
And all
It's
sorts.
Such an
Yeah.
easy thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, it really is. You know, especially
Does that
those
mean we've got an excuse
rural
for not
areas.
getting pulled over by Vosa?
I mean,
Sorry, I thought you might be a terrorist.
technically, what you could do is if they were pulling you over and you weren't sure about it and you were questioning whether it is, you could do a 999. Say, listen, I'm a truck driver. I'm unsure if this is a correct pull. Could you please tell me if this is a government issued vehicle, please, and I'll stop.
Ah.
I mean, it's one of them things where it could just be prudent to just double check, especially if you've got like a high security load on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of them things, especially like some of the explosive guys. I'm sure that's what they get trained to do, isn't it? It's when they've got the
Yeah.
There was
Well, there you go. Trucker Tim had a fucking fake Vosa car, didn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, but that was a rally car. Poor David here keeps trying to chat. We keep
Sorry, go on.
interrupting him.
there was this. How far do I go back now in the stuff I want to say? Sorry. There was this video where this woman, she was driving a regular car, and she was on a freeway. She was getting pulled over, but she didn't want to pull over right away because there wasn't much of a shoulder or whatever, and she wanted a little bit of a safer spot. She put on her hazards, and the cop did a maneuver on her to put her out, to spin her out of control.
Oh,
And
wow.
she ended up rolling. And
Wow.
then she's on a roof.
Wow.
And she was like, I was like, I'm pregnant. You know, as in like, why did you do that? You didn't pull over. He's so calm. You know what I mean? He was just like,
I might have seen something about this.
I was going to pull over. Didn't you see my hazard lights on? I'm like, I just don't want to pull over right here. You should have a right to pull over where you feel safe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As in like, you know, you were given
It's
a
not like you're
lawful
running, is it?
instruction.
Yeah.
Now, of course, in my feed, in my social media, and all that kind of stuff, I get a lot of these videos. You know, I get a lot of where cops are bad, basically. You know, and it's very hard to not think that cops are bad with all the videos that I watch. You know, and it's just that because there's so many cops out, because those are more interesting. When a cop does something good, nobody gives a shit about that. But when a cop does something bad, I'm like, ooh, interesting. You got my attention. You know, because the whole time you're brought up to where cops are good. You know, you had an entire TV show dedicated to cops being good, real life show called Cops. You know, bad boys, you know, that one.
What you gonna do?
And it's just
for you?
but he was so I don't know the word, nonchalant about it. It's like, yeah, hey, you didn't pull over, so I went ahead and did a pit maneuver on you. As in like you shouldn't be able to do that. And of course, cops over here, they basically, you know, they can kind of get away with a ton of stuff because, you know, they have excuses. they're like pre-made excuses where they can kind of do what they want. But again, I'm not going to diss too much because there are a lot of great cops out there and a great, and all, but as in like, it's just, there's the few that make it to the spotlight, and it's very hard to actually not think of those ones, but of course, but yeah.
So I try not to, again, that I had like a kind of I intentionally try not to watch them sort of videos, them anger baiting videos, because I find it genuinely affects me. Like I feel like it kind of, it makes me an angry person, like looking out for stuff. Well, I was just having a look and seeing what I've actually got in mine in my YouTube feed. I've actually got Linus Tech Tips. Obviously, I do.
Liner Detective.
No, Linus Tech Tips. Like a bit of Linus. Asheville has got a new train apparently, so that's all.
Asheville,
Grand Designs. Fucking, I've got such a boring
I love
feed.
Grand Designs.
It's so good. I don't know, just it's all like kind of nice stuff. I don't like. Yeah, I don't know. I
have two different feeds. I watch YouTube. Well, actually, 3 different feeds. So there's one of the channels that I have that sometimes it's just nice to actually have a reset. But it turns out like I'm a Trump follower on one of my feeds. Ever since I started, actually, it's on Facebook. That's right. So Facebook, I get a lot of pro-Trump stuff. And on my old feed back in the day before my Facebook account got, it was non-pro,
like negative ones. Yeah.
So I get a lot of pro-Trump stuff. I'm like, really? Is it because I watch it? I like to watch it all. I want to see what the other side's saying. It doesn't. It's just I don't know.
So what I've noticed, I'll tell you about Kale's feed. So Kale doesn't go on Instagram anymore because she gets a lot of animal abuse videos. Oh, no. Like, them ones in China where they kick a dog and shit like that. And she hates that stuff. She fucking hates it. But that's not what the algorithm thinks. The algorithm, even if you've anger watched something, you have still watched something.
Then they want you to be...
They want you on the feed. That's just how it works. They want more of it. And I have noticed, so like I occasionally with mine, I have to kind of intercept certain things, because what it tries doing is it tries to kind of it'll start off with something kind of innocuous about like it'll be like a man needs to do more running or something like, I don't know, some kind of inspirational shit. And you're like, yeah, I don't know, it's one of them things where fair enough. But then it'll kind of do a little bit more, and it'd be like it'd be kind of more about investment. And it's like there's like a kind of, it goes inspirational, investment, then it starts going down like more right-wing stuff, and next you're in fucking full Trump territory, and you're like, you're just like, you're down that fucking rabbit hole like a motherfucker. Yeah.
I think all my videos are Trumps. The people that changed what they're saying, so it just looks like they're in the distance, they're talking, or you can't see what they're saying, and then someone puts over a voice over them, and they say, "Ha ha, I love to fart" or something.
Have you ever seen bad lip sync?
That's what she's talking about.
That's it.
Oh, is that what you're talking about?
Is it? Yeah, that one.
It's fucking great.
It makes me chuckle. That's pretty much my simple YouTube, is that sort of stuff.
It is funny. Yeah. I loved it when they did a bunch of Walking Dead ones, and it was really good, where the zombies were talking.
The Walking Dead ones
I've got to see those ones.
Great.
Yeah, you should definitely go down a rabbit hole on bad lips. Is it bad lip syncing?
Bad lip syncing.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I can't remember the name, but yeah.
Good. It's so good.
I watched the videos that I watched way back in the day. I kind of forgot about. There's very few that I like. I used to watch a ton of those, but then there was a few bad ones. I think they started doing American football, and I was like, okay, I haven't really gotten interested in that one. It was just and then they just stopped playing, even though I'm still subscribed to them, but they just don't pop up.
You just don't watch them anymore. That's the problem.
Well, yeah, it's because they don't show up in my feed.
Oh.
Have you gone to look at some of the YouTubers that you used to watch and have kind of fell out of love with? They're still, you're not fell out of love with, but you just you're not as into them as you used to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
But them nice little ones. I've gone back to them, and like one of mine was Wheezy Waiter. I fucking loved me some Wheezy Waiter. He was so fucking lovely. And I used to watch his videos all the time. And then, I don't know, just one day, I think I must just start not watch the video. And then I watched the next. And it was once a week I'd watch it. And then once a year. And then I kind of just forgot he was there. But then I've gone back to go and find him. And I look at him and I'm like, he's not got the same views. And I'm like, he's just pumping out. And I'm like, holy shit, dude. Like, listen, I loved you, but maybe it's time to just call it a day. YouTube dreams over, my friend. It's
not good anymore.
What's not motivating me to make videos? Even like I get around 3,000 new subscribers a month. All right, and that's a lot. There's no, you know what I mean? But if I post a video, I get like 1,000 views. I'm like, God damn it! What the fuck? It's so annoying. It's so what the fuck? Okay, I don't even want to make a video unless it's just, I don't know. It's really annoying and it's confusing because I don't understand it. I'm getting subscribers, but I'm not getting views. You know what I mean? So I just don't want to make any videos because of that. And like, I want to make a video that people are actually gonna, well, I want to go. I don't know why, but I got to try something out. It's just that I don't have a truck anymore, so all I can do is make the ones with my game. So which came quite handy, but.
You should just start judging people. You should do the truck reacts thing.
So there's this one. There was this video where he's just, you might have even seen it, whatever. It's just a truck driver. He's backing up to a trailer and he can't back it up back under because the trailer's too low and his tires are hitting. And basically everyone's saying,
right,
just lower your air suspension, lower your air suspension. That's like that doesn't, but that's not really what he was talking about. It's just that, see, when you back up to a trailer, you lower your air suspension. All right.
Yeah.
And okay, well, hold on.
Right. I think I see. I think I know where this is going. Go on.
Well, again, it's just I went straight to the comment section. I wanted to see what the real truck driver said, and it was just more of like, if he just raised his air suspension, it would have lifted up the trailer. All right, and then now he could actually crank the landing gear. Very, very easy, because he made a huge song and dance about him jumping up and down trying to fucking figure out which way to turn it and all that kind of stuff. It was just more of like, because you can hear that and like yes, the trailer is low enough to where it's hitting the tires, but all you have to do is just raise that airbags back up again. The frame will lift it up. You know what I mean? And then you could throw a piece of wood underneath there and raise it up. But
why were people saying about lowering the suspension?
Well,
to get underneath it.
Well, to get underneath
but it's
it. But again, it was
tires.
the tires. Yeah,
it doesn't go any lower than that.
A lot of the time, or maybe a lot of people were saying raise the suspension. You know what I mean? Because they could hear that the airbags were out. But yeah, I agree. Basically, the situation where he's trying to give advice, but you're like, okay, could you find better advice though than what you are doing, instead of the ridiculous thing you're doing with the landing gear and you're jumping in it, and like, there was just, I know, but I think he makes a lot of videos where he knows that's going to get a lot of comments from truck drivers, and he just knows,
the other thing.
You know what I mean? So I think he does a lot of that. He's a newer enough truck driver. It's just, I don't know. I feel like new truck drivers shouldn't be giving advice.
I've noticed there's a lot of videos like that. When you watch like the car ones where they have crashes or near misses and that.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed there's a lot of clips nowadays where it's like, oh yeah, this near miss, and you watch it and it's obviously clickbaity, and you watch it and you're like, what near miss? Like someone pulled out miles down the road. What the fuck? And then you go to the comments and you can see everyone going, what the fuck, bro? Yeah, like going apeshit, and you can see what they've done. They've got so many people going to the comments and commenting, which obviously boosts them, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I do like that this is happening now. So this is making me happy because I feel like it's an end of that era of videos. I hope it is, because fuck me, the end of that era of video would be great. But like, Michael was showing me a video of this guy, and he was doing that, but to like a fucking like, so like someone kind of pulled out way ahead, and he's like, oh my god, fucking hell, fucking you wanker, fucking and I'm gonna be honest with you, it fucking crushed me. Like, it absolutely, that the other one that got me this week, which sent me, was if anyone's seen it, Dave the Angry Trucker and the Sun
Yeah.
one. That one fucking.
I've not
killed
seen
me,
it,
sweet.
but I know who you mean. Yeah.
Oh, the sunlight one is it's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid. It's
But
so
those
good.
are so easy to do as well, actually, when you think about it and how hilarious they are.
Yeah.
You could really do them. They're so good.
I mean,
Yeah.
I like it. I will say he does like kind of the truck based sketch comedy quite well. It's something that I wanted to try and do a little bit of, but I kind of feel like he's really kind of taken that baton as such and really fucking run with it. Like some of it's really good. Like very 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 good. Good.
David, you don't know who we're talking about, do you?
And Dave the Angry Trucker?
But not you. I know you're
not you.
Dave. Well,
No, I know about it. I don't like his videos. They're annoying.
Some of them are. I'll agree to that. Yeah, I'll agree to that.
It's just some of them are actually like, yeah, okay, that definitely, makes me angry.
Yeah, some of it nails it right in.
But he's just nonstop yelling, and it's just like, all right, this was kind of funny the first time, and now it's just not funny anymore. I
will say he really runs a joke to its fucking last degree, to the point where you're like, holy shit, dude, move on.
I mean, here's the Angry Trucker though. He's got to go with it. He's gone for it.
Yeah.
You can't really change it now, can you?
No. How do you I've got a question for you, because how do you break real lights in such a way that they stay on, but the truck thinks that they're because the problem is, so we've got these fancy LED ones that have been put on aftermarket,
right?
And so the voltages are all wacky on them.
Okay.
And so the DAF thinks that they're broken, and sometimes when you've got the engine brake on and you brake in, do you remember that I sent you a video the other day, or kind of like
you did do a video where you
all you can hear is ding, ding, ding. It's just constantly, and so every time it does that, it brings up a fucking thing on the screen saying a tail light truck fault or whatever it is.
Yeah,
basically saying that the real lights are out. They're not. They're working perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with them. It just thinks there's an issue with them, but it's so bright that it lights up the whole fucking cab because of this fucking error message. So I put this piece of cardboard on the fucking dash. It's literally just like a strip of cardboard. I can't see what temperature it is, but let's be honest, it's just
you don't really care about that temperature anyway.
It's fine.
And so because I have engine malfunction, exhaust brake malfunction, and air system malfunction, which is just always on there. Apparently, it's a sensor somewhere that's gone wrong on it, so it just always has these ones up. So excellent. I will say the worst I've ever had was 12 errors on my dashboard. I had to scroll through them.
Classic DAF.
This truck is nearly as old as my son. Like,
is it that old? Is it?
It's nearly as old as my son. It's a 14 plate. He was born 2012. Like, this thing's getting on some. In fact, technically, it is older than one of my children, but we won't get into it. But anyways, so yeah, I've had to put this piece of cardboard on, and what I've written on it is I've written no faults, smiley face, and then it's kind of like an inspirational thing. That way, when I look at it in my head, I feel like a bit like, you know how like sometimes like doctors they give placebos, and it makes you feel better.
Okay,
that's a truck placebo. It makes me feel better about it.
But doctors do that anyway, don't they? They always go, "Oh, well done, great cornering, mate." You know, you nailed that.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know because the errors override that, so I never get to see that anyways.
Oh, okay, that's
and there's now a piece of cardboard there, so yeah.
What actually? Yeah, in the comments, what mileage is it on?
I've no idea. There's a cardboard piece there.
You know what sucks about when we get in America, and for when I was going over the road, all right, we when we're getting paid per mile, so you stop getting paid when the truck's moving, when the truck stops. You know what I mean? So if there's a lot of times I'd have to, if there was a dash light on saying there's an error, I'm like, ooh, like, oh, I don't know if I want to take this in right now. I'm like, what color should I take it in? You know what I mean? Unless it's red, it ain't going in there. Otherwise, I'm just going to go ahead and wait till I get up until I'm off duty or until I'm home. because I don't want to like all of a sudden have to go in and not get paid to wait. You know what I mean? Because there's no motivation. There's no, like, how about if there is something wrong with the truck, that's not your fault. You know what I mean? As in, like, you pay us. There's none of that. You know what I mean? And it's just, I know, but again, it's just me and my my rants about, if you're only going to pay people per mile, they're not going to be motivated to do a proper pre-trip, or they're not going to be motivated to take the truck into the shop when they see a light on.
Because they
You
want to
know what I
crack
mean?
on.
So so no incentive to be safe.
Yeah.
You know, like there is some like safety miles and all that kind of stuff, but you know, a lot of times that's just you're still not motivated. You know what I mean? You might be motivated enough to walk around the truck,
the point?
make sure there's air in some tires, and make sure there's no oil leak on the ground. You know, other than that, you know, it's just. But anyway,
I had it where I had to drive it on a red fault. That on, but not this one, but the previous one. The grab wagon. The grab wagon's has got serious issues with it, and it's
what red fault was it?
Engine system.
What
that engine basically is an engine system malfunction.
So you drove it back to the workshop?
No, I was just driving on it. Fucking just constantly. It's fucking awful. But basically, what it is sometimes it detects, for some reason, it detects a low fuel pressure, but the pressure's fine and it's still going. It just detects this thing. But the first time it happened, I wasn't told about this. So obviously I've got this fucking thing screaming at me, fucking red flashing lights everywhere. Stop, fucking it. So I obviously pull in, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's just a low fuel pressure warning. We're gonna bring it into the workshop next week." It still does that. That was months ago. They've replaced the low pressure fuel pump. They've replaced the high pressure fuel pump twice, along with a variety of other things. Still fucking does it. It's fucking daft. They have chucked thousands of this fucking thing. Still does this bloody error. And the thing is, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's like, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Go back to the yard and sit there with my boss being angry about you being back at the yard for something that can't be fixed? So no, you fucking just drive on the bastard thing with it fucking screaming. So long as you got your headphones and you turn the music up loud, you can fairly stealthy ignore it. Like, I know you shouldn't, but
I think it was a rattle. There was a rattle in the cabinets behind me that was just squeaking. It was annoying the crap out of me. So yeah, I think I had to put my headphones up full blast and just listen to Metallica for the rest of the day. You know, and it was just
screaming at you.
There's been other times too where it was just. I don't know if it was beeping. I just remember there's been definitely some times where it was just absolutely driving me crazy to where I had to turn the music up full blast.
It's fucking horrible. By the way, in the chat, Craftsman said that the fuel pressure sensor needs replacing. That has been replaced. That's one of the things that's been replaced. There's the current theory is it might be the turbo that's the problem. That's the current.
Do you think it's a jackass behind the wheel that's causing this problem?
Well, it's not me. It's not me driving it, so it might be Fergie, possibly. I'll tell him that. I'll let him know that you said that. In fact, tell you what, I'll clip this part of the video and just let him know that he's a wanker. So
jackass,
there you go, mate.
Not a wanker.
Sorry,
jackass.
No, I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, what we did.
Yeah, okay.
And yes, they are genuine ones. We've actually got a proper, like a little DAF center, like where we have all proper genuine parts in a big warehouse. And like it's actually DAF that delivers it all to us. We go through so much stuff. We've got like a little proper like DAF center, so all of the parts are all like official DAF.
But DAF aren't putting them in.
No, it's our guys putting them in. It's only if it gets.
Are your guys not DAF certified?
Yeah, they're all DAF certified. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it could be the shitty wiring on the DAFs. I do think
the fact it's just a DAF. They are pretty shit.
Yeah. We have a Volvo now as well.
I love a Volvo. What, an FMX?
It is, yeah, 21 plate. It looks really nice. Apart from the new guy fucking got it. It's been in 2 minutes. It was here a week and he got the new fucking 21 plate.
Well, that's not fair.
Yeah, it's fucking not. Bastard.
Wanker.
But are people complaining? Is that something that people would complain about? An actual, like, hey, you know, like...
Fucking right.
Yeah, it is something people complain about.
Usually, if I've been in my truck for a long time, I've already gotten all the problems fixed. You know what I mean? So I don't want to get into a new truck and having to relocate everything, because we properly move into our trucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The TV goes up, the fridge goes up, the blankets, the everything, everything gets put away, and it's not like a simple 15-minute thing to easily move out. You know what I mean? Because I like to make sure it's clean as well. Get all because once you start moving all the stuff, all of a sudden you can see all the dust that's gathered.
It's for that kind of thing. It's like a full day job, isn't it? Make sure you've got your power inverter in. Make sure your food's all sorted. It is like moving can be a full fucking day sometimes.
Yeah, so
it's done properly.
Yeah, so but that's So I wouldn't want to get into the new truck, because a lot of times when you get a new truck, it's within a month you're going into the shop, you're going into the garage. You know, it's just why? It's so annoying getting into new trucks, and they feel wrong too. The clutch is different, the gears haven't been grinded in properly. You know, so you end up grinding a lot more than you would normally because they're perfect. So
Gavin said that their new scanners barely have any physical switches, and even the PTOs are on the touchscreen.
Oh wow!
I had my Mercedes, my fancy MP5 Actros, whatever it is they call it. That was like that, and honestly, I liked it.
You like the touchscreen?
So I don't like the touchscreen per se, but what I do like is it automatically detects things. So if you hook a trailer up with an axle that will drop and lower, it detects that and gives you an option for it.
Ooh.
So you don't have to have a button installed on the screen, which is pretty fucking cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, I quite like that.
Mine's got a touchscreen.
It's
cool.
I've never had a touch. I don't think I've ever had a touchscreen except from no touchscreen I've ever had in my truck, except for the electronic logging device, your logbook.
Yeah.
That would be. Otherwise, it's all, you know, just simple. Everything's air ride buttons. Yeah, even the wipers.
Yeah. I'm really sorry. I have to stop 1 second. I'm really sorry.
How dare you?
I'll explain in a second.
Interesting.
By the way, I'm really pissed.
What?
Yeah, go on.
You're getting pissed? You're getting angry? Why are you getting so angry?
I'll explain. So, in fact, to be honest with you, fuck that. Keep this in the podcast because I have to explain this. The kitten escaped. He's still not had his chip. He was supposed to get one a couple of weeks ago, and he's still not had a chip.
Oh, a chip. And so, like eating chips.
And so he's just swaggered in. Like you know, a little microchip thing. So he's just swaggered in, obviously. We've left the window open, and he's finally swaggered in. So let's go and run and shut it. But he has his strut. I know this is right. He's got the fucking biggest bollocks on an animal I've ever seen. I don't know how to also say that. Like they're so big. He has to walk in a certain way. He's like he's like the John Wayne of cats. I know I don't know what else to say about it. They're just fucking like he's really cute. You know, like obviously, like, you know, he'll go around like you're like, oh, he looks so beautiful. He's got like the just most amazing face, just so lovely and kind. And like he'll kind of come up to you and you'll have some stroke. And he'll turn around and they're just there looking at you. So it's just fucking huge bollocks. And I don't really know what to do about it, if I'm honest with you. They're just there.
Castrate him?
People are lads.
Or do you quite like the bollocks?
I'm not saying no. So that's not what I'm saying. I feel like you're putting words in my mouth there. What I'm saying,
like you obviously are attracted to them. You keep zoning in on them.
I don't know how.
If you've noticed it,
that. It's just they're there. I mean, what else am I supposed to do with this? Like, I don't know. It's you know.
What happens when does he lie on you and you just feel these bollocks on your arm? Like, brilliant.
They are like, I don't know.
Do you ever give him a little flick? Just like, get off me.
What
the bollocks?
Fuck? Why would you flick someone's bollocks?
This is why I'm asking you. This is one. It's just maybe
no.
So you don't.
I'm not
so you don't.
Flicking my cat's bollocks. No.
Oh, what do you do?
Lad, fucking hell, that would not be good.
Does he try and get, like, you know when cats can get through like a thin little window pane or something? Do his little bollocks get stuck at the end of it? And he's just like, his little bollocks
I don't know. I don't think so. This week, as Thomas Baller. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I am a little bit envious of them. I kind of wish I don't know.
You're
What, do you
envious of
just
your
wish
cat's
you have his,
big
like,
balls.
Yeah, they're
strut or
fucking
his
huge.
actual bollocks? Okay.
Maybe it's his strut. He just walks with a confidence that I think I wish I could. Like I could kind of like, if I had that level of confidence, I think I'd be, doing pretty well in life, I would say.
Wow. This is not where I thought this conversation
Honestly, it's
was
not
going
where
to go
I
at the end
thought
of the
this was going
podcast.
either. No.
Yeah, we were
Very
talking
good.
about buttons on trucks.
Were we?
Yeah. Did you ever have a truck? I know I'm going to go back to it. But
Sorry,
did
the
you ever have a
bollocks have
truck
lost
that
me.
was where the wipers
This
were
was
air,
bad.
as well as the there was a lot of things were air ride, like the wipers, where they weren't actually electronically controlled. They were actually there was actually air controlled for the wipers. Where
Wipers,
on your
Air
truck.
controlled wipers.
Well, it was air
windscreen wipers.
Yeah, the windscreen wipers. They were actually.
With
I think
air.
They were, yeah,
With
the same.
air.
Will you fucking stop talking over me? You fucking Jesus Christ! Do you know how hard it is to fucking? Yes, fucking air instead of an electronic motor. It was actually air, and if there was low air, they wouldn't start in the morning. Or even the windows were actually powered by air. Which is kind of
Wow,
funny.
this is not a thing we
these are
have.
these are pretty old trucks. These were one of the trucks that we had at the school had one of these, and it was actually quite interesting, where everything was actually a lot of things where there's a lot more air involved in controlling stuff. So I don't know. I just thought
in the chat, my old bus had air powered wipers, so it was a thing here.
I'm sure
I've
it was,
never
but it's
heard
just
that.
it's just a long time ago, so you wouldn't really have experienced those options or whatever. But it was just more of one of those little unnecessary facts.
I did not know.
No,
this is like some
that's why we were like,
Bioshock level of like. I didn't know this was a thing.
Did you know? How about for Windows, just up and down? Have you ever experienced that? That was really cool because it was like
I had windy windows,
and it was really cool.
Yeah, that sounds.
No, I didn't have air ones.
Super dangerous. Like that sounds like if you put something in that window, it's getting fucking cut off. Holy shit.
Yeah, if you left your arm out of that,
Yeah.
that's gone.
But I'm sure
Isn't
electronic
the air
motors
pressure
could.
quite strong?
Well, again, it was I don't know. Yes and no.
Yeah, but
Depends.
the electronic motors are like designed to cut out, aren't they? They'll go so far.
Not all
and
the
then
time.
they'll cut out.
Do you know how that works?
What electric?
So I was watching.
windows?
Have you ever heard of a YouTuber called Michael Reeves?
No.
Right, so he does like electronic stuff. He does stupid electronic stuff, and he makes all sorts of fucking crazy ass stuff. And he was making it sounds so stupid, and in fairness, the video is as stupid. But he was making a surgery robot that had basically, it was like a 3D printer style thing with just a knife on the end of it that could stab things. That was the whole. It was like a big
It was a
jokey
stabby
thing.
robot. Okay.
But like basically, it ran on a track, like kind of like a big 2D space, if that makes sense. So it could kind of go up and down the track and then go left and right.
Mm-hmm.
But it was wanted a way of making it so that when it got to like, imagine like like your 3D printer gets to one side, but it needs to know that it's got to the side and it's at a physical stop. The same thing as like your window. I mean, the window's not got a sensor in it. It's not got lasers.
It just knows to stop when it's at the top.
Yeah, it's because when something gets in it, there's a voltage increase because the power goes up slightly, and it's that voltage increase that it detects and goes, okay, there's a problem here. And that's the reason why, because there's a voltage increase in the motor. How fucking clever is that?
That is quite clever.
Because
I like it.
I always thought, there must have like a sensor or like
I bet
laser or
when it comes to the windows going up and down, I bet there's like it only gives us a certain psi enough to get the window up. So if it needs,
you're postulating that it's actually safer doing the air because it
it
physically
just won't go
incapable.
up. If your arm's on there and you try going up, it probably wouldn't, because it's not. It's taking into account of how much the window weighs or whatever. They tested it once, and so if your head's in there, it just wouldn't go up. So maybe I don't know. I actually don't know.
How many stories have you heard of a window taking out someone's fingers or arm?
Honestly, none. But
none.
It's more of an urban legend. But I was speaking with an engineer, and he was saying the old air systems, and I don't know if this is what he was talking about, but basically where it had an air gauge on the dashboards that was an actual mechanical air gauge, where it was just a pipe coming from the tank that showed you what PSI it's all at, and it just mechanically did it on the dashboard. And he was just saying them days were so much better because it just didn't break. Whereas I like the amount of times that I've had it where, but we've had it where like it's basically one of like the kind of one of like the ECUs that's connected to the air system. It just breaks because fuck it, it's a DAF. Why not? Just YOLO. And I've had 2 trucks. I've had it fail on 2 trucks, and I've had another friend who's had another one go on it, and it just dies, and they have to fucking unwire the whole fucking thing, reprogram the thing back into the new truck, and do all of that. Whereas the old one was just shutting the dash. It's whatever PSI. That's that. And I will say that it does look like. I mean, a lot of these sensors and a lot of these computers where they're plugging it in, it feels pointless. It's like trying to fix a problem that doesn't really need to be fixed. I mean,
Right.
why does the air pressure need to be plugged in? The only thing that it'll do is it flags up on your thing saying air pressure low. I mean, but I can see that, and the first way you can tell that the air pressure is going down is your seat goes down. If you're dropping down on your seat, so much fucky. Like, there you
Unless
go.
you have your seat all the way down anyway.
Well, exactly. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So, Craftman in the chat says in the 90s, a few children were killed by electronic windows closing on their necks, so they brought in the safety feature. So when I read that first, I saw chicken. In the 90s, a few chicken were killed in electronic windows. So I'm like, what the hell? What does chickens have to do? Why were the chickens there in the first place? But
oh wow. Okay, so that was from electric ones. Oh wow.
Yeah, I was a month ago. I had a dog in my car, and I was waiting for the groceries to come. So I had a window down so he could hang out the window while we were parked or whatever, right? And then I just felt like he was about to jump out, so I went ahead and I pushed him back in, opened the door, and then I pressed the automatic up window, and I closed the door again. Not me not thinking that he's going to try jump out again. So I look back, and all of a sudden I see his head out the window, but the window is just about to close on him. And it was just like, oh shit, that's holding the bloody thing down. I don't know how much pressure I need to hold down. Like, God damn it. I'm trying to open up the door at the same time. I was like, whoops, my bad.
Did you hear about that, the cat litter thing that was killing cats? Like the automatic cat litter tray. Basically, it had like a rotating thing on it.
Yeah, it rotates the whole thing.
If the cat came out and then went to go and poke its head back in again, like a fucking cat does, it could get his head caught in there, and it was pretty fucking gruesome. Like,
no, I have not heard about that at all. What basically, a crazy safety feature.
So, but this company that was what they were doing, because you know how like you look at some of these Chinese knockoff companies, and they have wacky names. Like, they just have random long, like XXYV261. You're like, what? What fucking sort of name is that? Basically, this is all an Amazon thing because they have to require a trademark to be able to sell on there. And so, like, the US trademark office was getting inundated with all these different companies that were putting up varieties of different. But basically, these companies, all they do is when they start getting some bad reviews, change the name. Start selling it underneath. It's a white box good. They just literally just like start selling it
Sell
under
it
a
as a
different
different
name.
brand. That's
And
mad.
there's no way. It feels like accountability is a thing of the past.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that was lost. It was lost just after the 90s, along with, boglins. And
Boglins are amazing.
exactly.
Tom
Can't
the
even-
Chinese eat cats. It's basically a cat trap. Oh, that's a good point.
Thanks.
Maybe that's what
I'm assuming Craftsman is Phil.
Yes.
Yes. Oh yeah, chuck
Thanks,
another. Your cat would only lose its balls. He'd be fine.
Fuck. They are huge. Like
Castration.
they're too fucking big, really. Don't know.
Get him
how to do it.
castrated.
No, we're not castrating him. He needs his balls.
But then won't he start
Why? Are you
having
planning on
sex with the
having
girl
him breed?
cats?
No, but he's just got a swagger. I like it.
But haven't you got girl cats?
Yeah, well, she's at the thing.
She's neutered.
Yeah.
Spaded.
The
So
other
you wanna
one,
keep his
his mum
bollocks?
wasn't, and she
Well,
she
yeah.
kept coming back pregnant, fucking all the time. She was the village slut. I don't know what else I'll say, but
That's why he's got big balls.
yeah.
At
Yeah.
the dog park, one of my buddies, his dog is a guy dog, but he got what's it? Spaded. Is it spaded or neutered? You nude male dogs, yeah, and you spade girl dogs.
Spade girls, neutered
Okay,
dogs.
so so his dog got neutered, but ever since he got neutered, every dog wants to hump him. He's just nonstop. Even my dog was humping him, as in like it was just like stop it. Like why is this male dog constantly being humped? It's just all because he got neutered, and we don't know why.
Is that because they give off a certain pheromone or something?
Yeah.
I heard
I
that he's
don't know.
not giving it off, is he?
Or
And
not
it's
giving it
probably-
off,
they're
maybe.
they're
Yeah.
probably just getting a bit confused and being like,
Yeah,
don't know. Does it smell like a boy? Let's
You
go for
could be
it.
a girl.
Let's
We're
go,
going
son.
for it.
Let's go.
not taking a chance either way.
There's a hole. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so any other trucking stuff we want to talk about?
Not really. I'm absolutely pissed right now.
Yeah, that's such a weird word to hear because that's still because my new vocabulary ever since I moved to America, that word means angry, and it's
I
just
know what you're
every
saying.
time you say,
Oh,
it,
it does, doesn't he?
yeah,
So weird.
I'm wankered.
I was literally about to say wankered as an alternative.
This was up to the top. I think it might have been.
It was.
Like,
I remember it being up to the top.
I think it might have been like, for like nearly a whole bottle's worth.
is that like
Not
a
sure.
32-ounce glass?
We don't do
It's
ounces
a
here.
pint. It's a
What do
pint,
you do?
David.
You do
Pints.
milliliters,
Liters and pints.
milliliters
Liters
as
of
well, yeah.
pints. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, 20 ounces is around 500 milliliters, I believe.
Yeah, sure.
But isn't an ounce a weight?
It's both, which is a fluid ounce.
Yeah.
It's such stupid thing altogether. There's only 2 countries in the world that do this system. You know, it's America and some other country that no one's ever heard of. You know, it's just, yeah, not even Canada uses it. They use the normal fucking
Cups.
metric system. You know, what is it? Imperial? We use
Well,
imperial.
they do for now, but isn't Canada going to be like joining the US or becoming like the next state?
God, what is he
Is
doing?
it?
Donald Trump. He's off
Is
his
that
tits.
happening? Is it?
That's what he wants to do. It's like he really is just trying to see what happens. He's trying to throw a bunch of stuff at the dartboard and see
But
what
he
sticks.
can't decide what Canada
He-
do. He's not in control of it.
He can
tell him
control
that.
them if he if he wants to. You know what I mean? It's like he's a country. He runs the country. He can take over any country he wants to if he want. You know, if he, I don't know. How would he do
It's
it?
going
You
to
know
be
what
fucking huge if Canada becomes part of it.
I mean? Yeah,
Like it's
just,
already huge as it is. Like that's just a monster.
It's not happening.
He is.
He's also not getting
narcissist.
Greenland either.
Yeah,
He's basically
Oh,
a
yeah, I
spoiled
heard
brat
about
that
that.
never got told no.
yeah.
And yeah.
Was he trying to take it over or buy it? He was
Well,
going
there
to
was at
invade
one
it,
point
wasn't
he
he?
threatened military action. So that was a whole fucking thing.
Yeah, I heard that.
I don't
Yeah.
think
Wow.
I don't think he's going to go all 4 years. I really don't. This is
Yeah,
one way
I'm
or
pretty
the
sure
other.
people said that the first time round.
I know, but you know, fingers crossed.
But this will be the end of it once he's done his 4 years.
But who's going to take over?
Yeah,
He even said too
Rules.
that like,
Yeah.
hey, maybe I'll go for a third term. Maybe the people will vote on it, or they'll do
He's
something.
not allowed to though.
Again, the rules can be changed. If you're powerful enough, you can change whatever rule you want.
Oh God, we're stuck with him forever, aren't we?
Yeah,
I don't know.
just
He's
just
going to
think
make himself a king.
just think it this way.
Right?
Hitler did the same thing.
Mm-hmm. He's the
Yeah.
modern day Hitler.
Yeah. It's not been that long since we got
I've
rid
got
of the
blue
fucking
eyes and
last
blonde
one.
there. I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. That's, yeah. Am I all right?
People ask me if I was going to get deported on
don't know.
my live stream because I'm not a citizen. I was like, dude, have you seen the color of my skin? I'm fine.
And you know what? It's not even that controversial to say that at this point, is it?
No, it's not even me being racist. You know what I mean? It's just that's just the way it seems to be. You know, he only cares Mexicans is basically why he's trying to get rid of, and that's what people are uncomfortable with. People are uncomfortable with different color skin, and yeah. So I love when reporters will go up to random MAGA people and all that kind of say like, hey, if Jesus came into America illegally, would you kick him out? I'm like, as long as you filled out the right paperwork. I'm like, really? You know, it's just this is Jesus here. You know what I mean? Like, why do you give a shit about paperwork? Like, what is wrong? I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not going to talk anymore.
Yeah,
I'm done.
America's
It could get dangerous.
has a lot of apparent bureaucrats that have voted this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Tom, go ahead and do the outro. I'm done.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, it's apparently David's so depressed by the Trump. He's just like, no, fuck it, we're done. That's fine. Let's see how he reacts when Elon Musk puts his name into the hat for
Oh my
president.
God, that's not going to happen,
Anyways,
surely.
on that note,
He's
thank
already
you
president.
so much for listening. Fucking not far off it, actually, is it? Shocking. Fucking.
Go on, I'll let you finish.
Yeah. And on that depressing note, thank you so much for listening. If you haven't listened, thank fuck, because you didn't hear this last part. But we might see you next time. It's 50-50, really, isn't it? Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Our podcast manager and editor is David, as always. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Hosts are myself, got Chloe, and we've got David again. He gets named everywhere. He's named all the different places.
Damn right.
If you like to support the podcast, go to patreon.com/JATP. We're just doing one take. We're nailing this shit. And you can go and give us money. Really helps. Thank you so much. Massive thanks to all the patrons who do give us money at the moment, such as I'm Having an Orgasm, Jack Goodwin, John Brown, Justin Reaney, Miller, Phil Starkey, SMID, Stephen Patterson, Timo, and Trucker Nozza. You guys are legends. Thank you very much. We also have as well our lower tier people like Big Mike, Gavin Williams, Neil Reed, and Danny Flynn, the Wanking Master. Amazing. Thank you so much. You make this podcast what it is. You're actually absolute legends. Thank you very much. And that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, you still haven't worked on the website, so don't go to salmonslap.com because there's no website there. Because I give Tom
this shit.
I give Tom one job. Do you think he does this?
I have lots of jobs.
Do you?
You have one job. You show
Right,
up for
and
the
thank
podcast.
you
You're a
so
one-job
much.
wonder.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.